today on the Mike O'Mara Show.
I think like you guys were just settling in here a year ago. So how cool. You've been on the air a year. How awesome is that? In this spa, you got good things happening. Rob's back. His health he's focusing on. Mike's hitting hole in one.
Still foreign.
Yeah. Oscar's got... would you sign up for Oprah's book club or something? Yeah, we all have things that we're proud of. That's what I'm trying to say.
WNBA star Candace Parkey, Facebook whistleblower Frances Haugenson, and Amir Questlove Thompson.
Academy
What's
Award
that?
winner. Academy Award winner Questlove.
Yes. He's young. He
I am not
knows
that
all
He's
these
young and he
people.
knows everything.
He does.
I don't.
And we know nothing. There we are. I know Questlove, for Christ's sake.
I believe it's pronounced Kuestulove.
One of the new top flavors is called dirt cake. So if you remember that sundae your mom made when you were a kid, like that's kind of the inspiration behind this, right? Vanilla pudding.
You had a
ice
nicer
cream.
mom than I did.
Really?
Yeah, she made all that stuff for you. That's so sweet.
Oscar's mom made tongue.
Yeah, she would make tongue and flan.
Well, no, it was real dirt cake.
Any dessert that can taste you
Bolivian
back.
dirt.
Real Bolivian dirt cake.
All that and more. The Mike O'Mara Show starts now. Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment. You can listen to The Mike O'Mara Show at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Let's get started.
It's The Mike O'Mara Show with Mike O'Mara, Oscar Santana, and Rob Spiewak. Now, here's Mike.
It's the most fun time of the year when Sean Greenwood comes from Ben & Jerry's. He brings ice cream for us when his beard gets longer every time I see him. He looks like a biker now, and he looks like he's in a cabin in Vermont smoking weed all the time. But look at that beard. What the hell? Let's introduce him properly.
Yes.
Sean Greenwood is the grand poobah of PR for Ben & Jerry's. We have been very, very fortunate among podcasts in the United States to ice cream. That's great,
that
Rob.
nice?
Very
The ice
good,
cream
Rob.
truck, yes.
Yes, Rob. Very good. Very clever. He put seriously. Sometimes it's like working with a toddler. You know, it's like he puts his little ice cream music sound on, and it's like, look what I did. Anyway, he's with Ben & Jerry's. It's Ben & Jerry. BenJerry.com. No and, no S. BenJerry.com. And we are very fortunate when he comes through town and he has new flavors. And not only does he bring the flavors into our studio in Washington, D.C., but he is so thoughtful. And the operation, the ice cream machine that is Ben & Jerry's has their act together so totally that they ship me down a bunch. And I'm very, very excited to be participating in the taste test today. I have almost all of the flavors.
Almost.
This is impressive. We have people, Mike, to be able to pack this. I packed it myself because we don't have people. But I was happy to sit down. But what I said the first thing when I saw Rob is, do you think there's any chance there's any left? Well, because we've done this before. It's not our first time. We're friends. We've broken bread over pints of ice cream before. And I said there's probably not a pint left. So what I brought is this. This is called a Euphora lock. It's a device that we actually sell in our gift shops that you break into two pieces. You slide the pint in, and then you clip this thing on. It's got a little bike lock code.
Oh,
So
safety.
I was going to send all 8 of them to you wrapped like that. And you'd be like, you bastard, I can't get into my ice cream.
We'll reveal the
There it
code
is,
on show
the
day.
pint lock.
Yeah.
All right, let's. Why don't we compare numbers before we get started here, Sean? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pints of ice cream. in front of me
We shipped 7, but Can we blame UPS? I'm not
Is
sure.
it possible
I'm trying
to
to
get
do my
lost in the
filmmaker
mail?
stuff here. Where I'm doing. I don't know where it went.
Feigning surprise.
You have to allow for breakage, Oscar.
Yeah,
No, all right.
what happened?
Okay, we'll get it out of the way, and then we'll get to the tasting.
Okay.
All right.
Good,
So
good,
the fact is that Carla has me going to a nutritionist, and one of the things that I've been doing is working out 3 times a week with a trainer. And thank you. I'll accept the applause
Excellent.
for
Impressive.
that.
Yeah.
Nice work.
And with the eating regimen, logging my chow and putting it in there and doing that. And then we get what is called, I guess you call it a cheat meal, a fun meal, throw caution to the wind. There's one meal per week where not only do we get to eat whatever we want if we feel like it, but we also don't have to record it, which is special because you're not required to do that. So those meals they have involved going out to a restaurant. We had a very big dinner at home one time. And then usually there's a dessert element to it. So when I found out that Sean was going to be on Tuesday, and then I received the product on Friday or Saturday.
Friday it was.
Friday. I was very excited to say, we'll do a little taste test, and I'll make sure I keep all the flavors, most of them. And then, unfortunately, what?
Oscar, we have in front of us all the. Would you like to care? I would love to try to guess which is the pint he destroyed of the flavors.
Absolutely.
Let's place bets.
Yeah, I've selected my thought. You have two?
I got one. Yep.
Okay.
Guess first.
I'll get right to it. We don't have to play a long
Cherry
guessing
crumble.
game because we have tasting to. What?
It was cherry crumble.
Jesus Christ, that's just like
Cherry crumble
Hold on.
is like crack
What
for
happened? I should
50,
turn-
60-year-old guys. You
turn my
can't.
thing.
It's just
For 60-year-old guys.
yeah.
what? Excuse me.
It's,
What? Cherry crumble
Cherry
is
crumble,
what?
but if you're over 50 years old, it is like
Yeah.
flies to a flame. You cannot resist it.
All right.
Do you have
Here's
any
my
ice
thing
cream
When
that
you see
skews
Mike,
younger
does he
for
see-
Oscar?
No,
Yeah,
I'm
does
sorry.
does Mike scream cherry crumble when you see it?
Cherry
Wow.
crumble is the answer.
Wow.
Sean Greenwood wins. Cherry
This is
crumble-
unrehearsed, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah,
this
this
is.
is-
they're
This
gonna
was
think,
trash
you know.
day. The empty pint was taken. Hold up the cherry crumble because that's the one that I sampled. That I said I love this. It was fantastic. It just had an element to it that but when you diminish it into a
He didn't diminish it.
demographic, the old guys love that.
This
The
is
elderly
what he
love
does.
cherry
Man,
crumble.
I go to do these events and I bring Cherry Garcia and chocolate chip cookie dough and chocolate fudge brownie, and guys that are over 50 are just like, oh, give me the cherry. Like, it's just ridiculous. We know it. We've
Guys
seen
over
it.
50.
Yeah.
There you go.
We had an employee here. We had an employee here at Podville.
crumble,
And the discussion of favorite Ben and Jerry's flavors came up, and I said Cherry Garcia, and she dismissed me. She said old man flavor.
Totally. It's
Yeah.
the dad
Well,
genes
first
of
of all,
Ben and Jerry's flavor.
look, and this is a New England thing, and Sean lives in New England, and I live sometimes in New England, and I have to say, old people in New England, I mean, it's ice cream. It's
Yes.
ice cream. It's all the time. It's little white-haired ladies that their hair turns snow white when they're 48, and they eat ice cream till they die. That's the way it goes. And so, yeah, I suppose maybe I did react like it's a gentle flavor.
How
Delicate, is
Easy
it?
on the system.
Yeah.
how do you
I don't know.
how do you make a deal with yourself to say I can kill this whole pint and no one's gonna know?
Well, no, I knew I probably had this exchange already rehearsed in my mind that night, and I'd been drinking. So I was still thinking about, I mean, it was just there was a lot of sugar. There was a 2-pound gain over the weekend, but I had this rehearsed that I was going to have to do this. I even rehearsed my little shot when somebody's going to say,
What?
Where's the cherry crumble? I don't know. There's our elaborate.
We love it.
My technical director down here in Washington D.C.
Pays
is
for
doing this
itself.
for me right now. No, but it was just.
Where's the cherry crumble? He come down with something.
It ain't here. I don't know. So I can testify. Do you want to start with that, Sean? Because I've already eaten.
I would
mine,
like to
and
start
it's-
with a non-dairy, if that's okay. And so you should have 2 pints of mint chocolate chance. So I wanted to run with that first.
Okay.
And also I want to share that the guys in studio this year are going with metal spoons.
Yes.
This is
Classic.
Thank
like
Very
I
classic.
usually bring wood or plastic or tongue depressors.
Now,
but look, this is
Oh,
legit.
there might be some.
What? There's a
Hold
little
on,
left.
hold on.
Was that from Saturday?
Mike.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't.
Should
How
get a
dare
clean
you.
one.
No, I don't know. I don't know how that's doing.
Was it in your pocket?
It's stuck to his back. That's fine.
Well, you needed sustenance to start the show.
Yeah. Well. Anyway.
You have to So first flavor, mint chocolate chance. So this is Chance the Rapper. We launched this flavor at the beginning of the year. Kind
Wonderful
of the big
musician.
role. Incredible guy. We just did an event with him.
What
in
sort of
Chicago.
music does he do? No, I'm sorry.
Urban style
He's
music.
the Cherry Garcia of rappers.
Do you want the non-dairy first?
That's what we're doing because part of it is, if you see the yellow lid around this, is it's sunflower base, sunflower butter. So it's not ice cream. This one is one of the vegan non-dairy deals.
You're lying to me. This is ice cream.
I like to go first because it's because you go, wow, it just eats like ice cream.
It is.
Like,
It's
we got this down.
good.
Mm-hmm. The mouthfeel.
Man.
Right, it's got smooth and creamy. So we've kind of, when we started doing non-dairy, I will say we didn't have it all figured out, and so some of the flavors weren't that great. And we've gotten so we used almond milk to start off with, and now we use almond milk still for the most of them, but also the sunflower butter. But we're getting the consistency down that's smooth and creamy, eats like ice cream, has all the chunks and swirls. So
Never heard of that sunflower butter. Never heard of that in my life.
Julia loves it. Is it? Does it melt at the same rate as a regular ice cream?
Takes a little bit longer, actually. Like usually, as you saw my prepping that went into this, usually I'll pull out that pint like an hour before because it takes longer to temper.
Wow,
a little more solid.
The mouthfeel is nutty.
So good.
It is so like ice cream. It really, really is.
So and then there's a partner one, the ice cream, which I didn't scoop because it tastes very, very similar. But Mike might not have gotten it. I think he's down to 4 pints now.
Probably 3.
And 4 spoons.
You notice he's not showing us what he has. There you go.
He's going to the ice cream.
I stand corrected. I stand corrected.
What?
So this is a partnership with Chance the Rapper?
Yeah, good.
Have you met him?
Just a couple weeks ago. Very nice gentleman. We went out to Chicago for National Teachers Appreciation Week. He's like a big, I'm taking care of my own community. So in Chicago where he lives, he was, more than excited to go do that.
Wow,
so
that's cool.
It was the first event we've done since pandemic, like 2 years since we've gotten out of Vermont.
Oh, that's great. Isn't it great to be able to start doing that
just
stuff
getting
again?
getting
Now,
on a
do you want to
plane.
slide over to the
so
dairy
good.
version, or
Let's go
Rob, you want
right
water?
to the other sunflower butter one. Oh, right, Oscar, right? We should be cleansing our
cleanse our
palates.
palates.
please.
Yeah, come on.
We're professionals here.
This one, so the Bananas Foster.
One of my favorite
I'm now
desserts
hearing
of
it.
all time.
I've never actually had bananas Foster.
So this one I actually broke down and scooped some myself because, I think I've told you guys before, as an employee, you get 3 free pints a day just for working at Ben & Jerry's.
Wow.
So it can add up.
Yeah.
So we also have a free health club at our office. So we try to balance out the two.
Which is a
by
more
working out.
popular option.
you nailed this one,
That's
Sean.
the problem.
Oh,
right? So
Mike,
this one is my favorite
you didn't
of
even
all
wait.
the ones.
You just got right into it.
Right?
What am I supposed to do?
Oscar, Bananas Foster is a flaming dessert, oftentimes prepared table side.
Oh,
Yes.
interesting.
And we can light this up if that's helpful. Banana and cinnamon with almond toffee pieces and salted caramel
Oh
core.
my God.
Get out of town.
So this one was my favorite of all the new ones that came out with. Is not even ice cream; it's the non-dairy.
Pretty close to mine. This is fantastic.
That
This
is
is great.
That is
They
fantastic.
make this ice cream table side?
No, they don't make it ice. They actually do bananas in rum and brown sugar and butter.
The dessert, Bananas Foster, is a famous dessert that they light tableside.
Right.
Oh, I've never had that. I'm sorry. I thought
They don't do that with the
Get Pony in
ice
here with a
cream.
lighter. Let's do it right now.
They make the ice
Bring in
cream
the gasoline, boys.
This is really, and this is a non-dairy dessert for people that don't want the dairy. This is
A, I wouldn't know.
how do
I
you
would
do
not
that?
know this was non-dairy. And
So
B,
good.
the flavor balance between the banana and the caramel. The caramel. Ben & Jerry's has got the best chocolate and the best caramel. I don't
And
know
what
what
is
it is.
the-
Very common.
It's true.
Rob goes to a different level. You just behave yourself a little bit. Though,
Yes, of
okay?
course,
You know,
yeah.
not the same amount as you used to.
Yeah,
have.
remember what happened
What's
last
the
time?
deal with the how are the cores being received?
Really
where
good,
you
right?
put like a big core of stuff
Yeah,
through
that's
this
one.
has a big core of
you're
caramel.
Right. The
in
banana
there,
one, right? So it's right. Every time you do like a new flavor, some people just be like, "Yeah, it's a new flavor." When you do like a new structure of ice cream, so we have the cores, as Mike's already called out, and then we have the topped version. I think we did one line last year.
Yeah, we did,
that You
in
guys
July.
tried the first flavor, so this is a new top flavor. We'll get to in a second. That has just a layer of ganache. So the idea is like some different structure gives foodies, people something to get excited about, and it lets our innovation people kind of release their creativity.
Man,
It's really
they're doing the Lord's work.
Yeah.
would banana I mean I know all your products from years and years. Chunky Monkey, is that the one that's got
Yeah,
banana in it?
that's
Banana
my-
ice cream.
Yeah.
Which
This has more of a banana flavor
does.
to it.
Mike,
It's really good.
when you
Yeah.
were in Key West 2 years ago, which pint of ice cream did you eat without a spoon in your car?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Cherry Garcia.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I hooked it. I kind of ate it like a beaver.
Now, you know,
I swear to God, I did. I was coming back, and they didn't have at whatever convenience / drugstore they had Ben and Jerry's. And I wasn't going to wait till I got back to the condo. So I
no
beavered
spoon
it.
straws?
No, I tore the side over, and I just was kind of going.
You know, the Bananas Foster is
I ate the entire thing
in the car.
It was yes, it was spectacular.
And then you got,
it really was.
if I'm not mistaken, you arrived to your wife, and you didn't mention that you ate the
I didn't
first
say
pint.
that I'd had it because I cleaned up completely.
Smart. Yeah.
She didn't even know, and I brought other ice cream in for the
like
family.
a psycho killer. I need a bucket of bleach.
You're the Dexter of pints.
You are.
There's
You
a
are.
chalk outline of a pint in Mike's car. That's just
I could
lying there.
I could hide food. There's something about Ben and Jerry's that's of course it's a guilty pleasure. Who came walking? Was that Pony coming
My
in?
No,
wife.
it was Shannon.
She said, "Can I have?
Oh,
can I have
she's
the
a sweet
ice?
tooth.
Yeah.
Yes, she give her look at how fit she is. She gets to eat all the ice cream she wants.
You know, the Bananas Foster is testing really well, better than with its original name, which was monkeypox.
How dare you?
That's too soon.
It is way too
That
soon.
is very
way too
timely.
soon.
Santos, by the way.
Nice to have.
Santos is
boy,
saying
this
hi.
Has
is
any
great.
lesser competitor of Ben and Jerry's, and they all, are a distant second, has anyone else tried the core concept? Or have that?
I don't know if I've seen that.
I haven't either. It seems to be.
Why would you ask about competition?
Yeah, what?
Because
what are you doing?
no,
What's
because
wrong with
He's
you?
a foodie.
I'm
You're gonna
curious.
talk about
Rob's
your
coming back.
ex-girlfriend?
Rob, by the way,
Yeah.
if Rob eats any more of this ice cream, a kidney's going to fall out.
No,
So
no,
we're very,
no.
very
It's
concerned
not the
about
kidney
that.
we need to watch.
Treat day.
All right.
We can duct tape
It's
one.
treat day.
Let's go
What
on.
are we moving on
Let's
to?
play to the foodie angle with Rob, because I told Rob I was thinking about him with this one. This
Sweet
is
boy.
one of the new top flavors. It's called dirt cake. So if you remember that sundae your mom made when you were a kid, like vanilla pudding ice cream, and then she would crush Oreos on the top and make that chocolate so it looked like dirt, and then hang like a gummy worm out of it.
Yeah.
And you'd lose your mind as kids. So that's kind of the inspiration behind this, right? Vanilla
You
pudding
had a
ice
nicer
cream.
mom than I did.
Really?
Yeah,
didn't-
she made all
no?
that stuff for you. That's so sweet.
She had Oscar's mom made tongue.
Yeah, she would make tongue and flan.
Well, no, it was real dirt cake.
any dessert that can taste you
Bolivian
back.
dirt.
Real Bolivian dirt cake. It's like,
Authentic dirt, and then mostly tongue.
I can
Yeah.
taste the oxen.
Yeah.
come on in. The dirt cake is ready. All right, I'm sorry.
So this is topped with ganache. It's got that shell over the top of it.
Any food that can taste you back in terms of tongue is not
I
should not be an
agree.
ice
I
cream.
agree.
So vanilla ice cream, pudding ice cream, chocolate. So this is where I was saying is your foodiness. Chocolate cookies 3 ways. You know, like how you say like pork 3 ways, and you get like pork belly and bacon and pork, whatever. This is like chocolate cookies 3 ways. I've got chocolate cookie sandwiches in there. Then it's got a chocolate cookie swirl in there, and then on the top of that ganache layer of chocolate, they crumble chocolate cookies. So you guys have got that right. You can see like that's the
Yeah,
cookie layer there,
amazing.
right on the top. So it has that little.
I'm going to
crunchy-
do a deep dive on a flavor here for you. Please to explain the difference between vanilla ice cream and vanilla pudding ice cream.
It's a really good question, and it's the idea is these flavor gurus that sit there and try to come up with new flavors. You go, I want this to taste like that dessert, and you go, what's the difference, Mr. Foodie? What's the difference between vanilla ice cream and vanilla pudding?
It's cooked.
It's like it has that little bit of that scorched sugar taste, maybe a little bit like of a flour taste to it.
Because it has to be thickened.
Right, because
yeah.
it gives that difference. You just tweak it just a little bit that way, and you go, oh, right. And with this, because it has so many other pieces in it, not as easy to tell, but it definitely is different than our vanilla
Well,
ice
the
cream.
balance is incredible because you can taste the different levels of chocolate. The ganache is sensational. And of course, who doesn't love chocolate cookies? And just enough vanilla ice cream. Same reason you like milk and cookies. You want something vanilla to balance out your chocolet.
That is kind of the vibe. It's that milk and cookie
I love
flavor
that.
that
Yeah.
you get with
Yeah.
it. Yummy. So this is called Ben and Jerry's topped dirt cake.
Yep.
Vanilla pudding ice
Rules.
cream with chocolate sandwich cookies and
So
chocolate
good.
cookie swirls
Out of this world.
topped with milk chocolatey ganache. Yes.
I'm keeping a mental scoreboard, and I'm telling you, like, it is tough
Yeah.
so far.
If we're
Yeah.
voting one off the island.
favorite. your
Okay,
favorite.
I have to full confession here. I ate the cherry stuff,
Yeah, cherry crumble.
the cherry crumble, and I was I just wasn't all that with it, and I'm enjoying this a lot more now. Carl has no idea that I shouldn't be doing what I'm doing.
Where's
right
the
now.
empty
I'm just-
container? Did you bury it in the
No,
backyard?
no, I'm actually. There's plenty of ice cream in all of these pints.
Look at that.
I'm being a good boy.
Did
but
you
boy, oh
Ozark
boy,
the cherry crumble pint though? Is it under a pool?
No,
that you're building?
it was thrown away.
Okay,
It was,
good.
I'm a lever. I throw away. I got to get out of the door. You know. That's,
Mhm.
What
What's
else do we
next?
have?
All right, we're going to Dublin mudslide. Ice cream.
The ice cream of your people.
Chocolate cookie. These are chocolate. So the chocolate base with a chocolate chip in it, right? So it's a dark chocolate cookie and a coffee fudge swirl. The cool thing with this, for Ben & Jerry's fans, we had this flavor out 15 years ago. We brought it back from the Flavor Graveyard and partnered with this women-owned booze company out in the West called Wayward Spirits, W-H-E-Y, Wayward. So
Are they
use-
the ones that make the Irish cream?
They make liquor out of leftover whey, the byproduct from dairy products, right? So when you have processing milk, so they use that, turn it into a spirit that is, it's not necessarily Irish cream, but it is a spirit. So check them out.
So
Good people.
good.
Yeah, the thing is, it's balanced. I mean, like if you get like in a restaurant, they're always trying to sell. Here's our
Unique.
triple double chocolate lava cake. It's too much,
Right.
but you never go too far with the chocolate flavor. But it's always front and center. It's
So unique.
really unique. Yeah.
Man.
Wow.
Well, I like
Is this the seventh inning stretch? Is this where we refresh our palates? What's the, is there a mental exercise? When you guys have other ice cream companies and when I'm not here, what is
Johnny
the-
Breyers.
Yeah, no, we don't
Like,
step
we had,
out on you. No, no.
We had Pete Hagen and Larry Doss come in a couple of weeks ago, and they were we give you
Larry
the full
Doss.
we give you the full half hour, and then we eat your ice cream, and we send you to the New York Times or wherever you're
Get
going.
back to the
next-
factory.
We're
Go make some more
we're very
flavors.
thrilled.
Get back to
but
Vermont.
we'll do we're actually we've modified the show now where we have a nice big fat opening segment and people love it, and that it's all you.
That's where we usually invited is right after Big and Fat. It's like, hey, let's reach out to those guys.
Yeah. Amen.
How do you choose what you want to bring and showcase?
These are all new ones, right? So because everyone loves to hear about something new, right?
Right.
Everyone goes in the store and 1 out of 2 times they go, I'm still getting cookie dough. I'm still getting chocolate fudge
Right.
brownie or cherry Garcia. Those are like top 3 sellers. So those still do great. We love to kind of bring out these new ones because there's always energy. People love to hear what's the new creation.
Yeah, I love the structural changes. I think that's so thinking forward. The core and the top. That is really neat.
Well, I will. I know you were saying you experimented with non-dairy. I'm going to tell you something. When that first hit, I think there's a coconut type of flavor.
Yeah,
I
we
forgot
did.
what
Yeah,
that's
we
called.
did.
Coconut
Coconut 7-layer
seven
bar.
layer.
Yeah.
Right. That type. Oh, I mean, I think they nailed it. And you still continue. So far the Bananas Foster, which is a non-dairy, you would never know.
Never in a million years.
But there is when you become aware of it, there is a lightness to it that really I enjoy.
You're right.
So the
It
Bananas
is
Foster, look for it in your grocer's dairy section.
I find like when we walk to the freezer at work and you go grab your 3 pints, when you notice a flavor not leaving the freezer, it's dead. Like if employees at Ben & Jerry's go, nope, not going to
so it's a good gauge.
And so it's a huge gauge where you walk in, you go like all of a sudden these non-dairies now, you just see people going, man, I love that almond toffee piece that's in this. It's such a good crunchy little
Yeah.
piece.
It's
We've
really-
had that in one
it's
other
really
flavor
almond.
and you just look at it and go, oh, that's the one. Yeah, I'm grabbing that. So that's the way people are shopping more and more. It's like, it's not so much, am I vegan today? Am I going to do non-dairy? It's just, no, that's a good flavor.
Well, congratulations,
delicious.
because when Julia cooks vegan, I have to pretend to like it. It's not the case with this.
Woo.
This stuff is amazing.
All right, let's go to
Vegan
Mike's
is vegan.
favorite here.
You got to sit this one out.
This is the cherry crumble. So just launched a week ago. Buttery ice cream, right? You think of butter pecan, that
Mhm.
base,
Yeah,
buttery
sure.
ice cream base with
I'll
cherries
just
and
pretend
swirls
that
of oat
that's the
crumble.
Bananas Foster.
It's Mike's miming noises.
So
Where that
Oh,
oat
great
crumble
cherry,
is.
great crumble.
great crumble.
Mm-hmm.
How do
It's the almond that jumps to the front from
Yeah.
the cherry. It is so good. Wow.
Right, and it's kind of this ode to spring, right? It's kind of like taking a cherry crumble and trying to reconstruct that to go. If you're going to make that at home and load up with cherries,
Right.
Cook it with butter on the top with the cinnamon and the oat pieces, and if you're Oscar, maybe a little real dirt on this one.
Yeah,
but-
I've never had a cherry crumble. This is the first time I'm tasting
yeah,
it. It's
it's like,
amazing.
but like apple crisp stuff like that, right? You've had that before.
No,
It's like
tongue crisp.
fruit.
No.
Like-
No,
You've never had apple crisp?
not because I'm healthy. It's my mom, all she would feed us is Goya products. So it was all Latin products,
So like a pinto bean
Yeah, a lot
crisp?
of pinto beans growing up. A lot of pinto beans.
a guanabana.
Goya.
Yeah.
with,
All the time.
Oscar, I will bring you an apple crisp.
Yeah,
this
you're
year.
gonna try apple
This is
crisp.
amazing. This
Yeah.
is great.
Tremendous.
All the Goya products are here for you. I'm sorry.
No, that balance again. The cherries, and again,
Well, the
balanced
cherry.
against the ice cream, and the almond flavor of the cherry is just out of this world.
You know, when you do the ice cream shows, I just wish you would swallow or drink water or something.
He's got
you,
water.
You kind of have that coating
Phlegmy.
of your throat that I listen to when it's just like, and it just kind of.
I bet you sounded good Friday night.
No, if you'd heard me Friday night, I wouldn't sound good, but I really make an effort to project through it where you kind of just go.
Let a Mike.
Look how skinny he is. Be happy for
Let a
him.
boy dream.
I'm happy. I'm happy for everybody.
Right.
I'm happy for everybody.
You say he's not classy about his ice cream tasting?
You know what I'm talking about. It's when he's get that coated throat sound that it's just like, what I really like is the. I hate
You
it.
need some hot
Drives me
water.
nuts.
The highest praise.
Tea or something.
You know,
like
we get the nice thing in Vermont when musicians come to visit. A lot of times they'll be like, "Hey, invite Ben and Jerry's to come backstage and school." And you're always thinking right before a concert.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Oh, yeah.
that Ben and Jerry's what you
Really?
want.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that would be. I'm trying to think who would be a singer. What would be a
so
particular
the last one that came up, I would say, was Nathaniel Rateliff and the
Okay.
crew. And so feeding their all ice cream. And Grace Potter is a Vermont singer, so she comes in and she was walking in to sing. And so they're all like, "Yeah, ice cream," and I'm like, "Wow, you guys are professionals if you can do that without like a boiling pot of tea or something."
Yeah. Yeah.
Get that off.
Well,
your
if you
throat.
could, I mean, I'm not disparaging anybody, but if you could drink a fifth of tequila and then go to a concert, then I think you're okay, right?
Yeah, but at least
Probably.
tequila doesn't coat your throat.
Yeah, fair enough.
The lime is a good cleansing agent.
or Billie Eilish? Billie Eilish,
Oh, did you watch her with Letterman on the?
About a minute and a half.
She is the
I
most
skipped to
charming.
Ryan Reynolds.
She is the most charming young lady. I invite you to revisit it. I watched the
Okay.
whole thing. She is great. Her brother is great. She's so talented and so down to earth. It's really
Netflix?
Yeah, it's an amazing interview.
Let me reset here and say that we're with Sean Greenwood, the Grand Poobah of PR for Ben and Jerry's. If you have any curious questions about Ben and Jerry's, you can go to benjerry.com. It's that easy. And not only do they make an amazing amount of ice cream, but they're also very active in social
Yes.
causes. And you can find out all about that. Sean has got all the new flavors with us right now, and always wonderful. And it's kind of a trend-setting company as far as what they did with the dairy farmers up there in Vermont, and you continue to be. It's a company that's just sort of trailblazed as far as being forward-thinking when it comes to the planet and taking care of people and getting involved with other human beings. And you've seen other companies follow suit. In fact, there's not a modern company, a startup anymore that you hear that doesn't have some sort of social awareness. Wouldn't that be pretty accurate when they
it's
when
fair,
they get
right? A
started?
lot of businesses, I mean, they know the value they have to because fans are voting with their dollars, right? People are
Right.
saying, especially when you look at the younger generation of millennials that say, "Hey, we want to support businesses that do something good." So it's smart for your business to do that stuff too, right? Not just because
It
it
is.
should be the right
It
thing.
is. And you guys have been doing it for a long time. Now, what else do we? What do we?
We got
only
one
have
more
like one or two-
flavor.
One
Yay.
more flavor. What do we
Changes
have?
Brewing is the last one here.
I got it.
You got that
I
one?
got
So
it.
right,
There we
very,
go.
you notice a different color schematic on the
Yeah.
pint. This is
Very,
the artist
very
Lacey
different.
Jordan. Right, so Lacey Jordan designed this pint for us.
Beautiful.
Black artist, really well known and respected.
Famous.
We partnered up with this company, also Black and Bold Coffee. That's in there. You see the little bag of
Yeah,
coffee on the top. So cold brew coffee ice cream with marshmallow swirls and fudge brownies. So Black and Bold is a black-owned co-op that roasts their own beans. And so the idea with this is we're trying to walk that talk around racial justice and say, look, we understand black wealth.
Fantastic.
All right, it doesn't happen. There's a reason structurally why it hasn't happened. So let's try to highlight those folks. So both the artwork on the outside and the flavor on the inside.
Wow, that's a coffee flavor that jumps up.
So good.
Yes.
Is
oh
it
my
the
gosh.
cold brew coffee flavor? I mean, is that why it's got a
That
different?
base. So heavy
flavor
and
profile
without
than
the
regular
bitterness,
coffee?
right? Because a
What's
lot of
that?
times,
Yeah. Without the bitterness.
right?
Yeah.
Because of the way they do the cold brew. That's so
And the
you're-
marshmallow is a really nice touch because it simulates either like half and half or a little sugar in your coffee. It's
So
really,
little
good.
lightness.
it's amazing. So good.
The art, may I see the art?
Please.
It's wonderful.
Wow. And this is a new release?
Yeah, these are this one's
Love
just
it.
been out, and
Love it, love it.
we're using this one come midterm elections. We'll be
Love it.
supporting voting and getting people registered to vote and being active to stick up for what they believe in. So we'll be using this package, and I think there'll be more surprises in store with that.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
that flavor.
Wow.
I mean, coffee ice cream's always been a favorite of mine, but that's next level stuff. That's really good.
That's it. That's
Now-
all the flavors I got. You got to throw me out. Thanks, guys.
No,
Let's go to the callers.
Don't leave us.
Questions for you, because
Please.
I want to know more. How is your world going? Your family, your life in Vermont, everything. What's new in the Sean Greenwood world? I know there's stuff going on all the time because I
Yeah.
follow you on social media.
That's right.
So give us a Sean Greenwood update, because you're a wonderful guy. We've
Yes.
known you for many, many years, and this is a delight to have you come by. It really is. We love it.
A week ago, I did not hit a hole in one.
Oh, thank you.
You're a good man.
share
This
that.
man's a
You
good
do.
man.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know what I was thinking is a year ago, I was saying to Rob before we started, when I was here, I walked out of the studio and it was 100 degrees that day.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so I walked like 2 blocks to meet some friends, and I got there and I looked like someone had opened a hose on me, just like the whole thing. And so I was like, how nice. And to think like you guys were just settling in here
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
a year
yeah,
ago.
yeah.
So how cool. You've been on the air a year. How awesome is that? In this spa, you got good things happening. Rob's back. His health he's focusing on. Mike's hitting hole in one.
I'm still
Oscar's.
foreign.
Yeah.
Eating tongue.
Oscar's got. What'd you sign up for, Oprah's book club or something? Yeah, we all have things that we're proud of. That's what I'm trying to say. Is we all have.
I
good
was asking you a question
things.
about him, and suddenly he did this. So
Seriously.
I don't know. Sean, is there anything you want to leave us with?
Yeah.
Anything that you would
Always
like to
a
say
treat to
before
see
we
you guys. We appreciate the support, letting us show off our stuff and hawk our wares here. Always nice, and it's just fun to be able to come hang out all the time.
We love it. You are always
The best.
invited, and we always get excited when you're coming.
Thank
It
you.
never changes. We're always super psyched, and we're happy to help a really wonderful company and a guy that works for him that we love very much. You do a great job, and continued success on your travels with the greatest job in the world. Okay,
Thank you all. We appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Thank you,
That's
Poobah.
Sean
Thank you.
Greenwood, ladies and gentlemen. We got to take a break. When we come back, we got the homepage and a lot going on today's show. Lots that might be surprising to you, but some that won't. So there you go. There's my tease. I don't know. I'm all ice creamed out. I got to get it out of here. I'm distracted. I have no focus. You get a haircut today, Oscar? We'll be right back.
Hey, Ringo, play something hot, will ya?
We will call this Mike O'Mara Life of Privilege Spotlight. Country Club Corner.
The dance of the living dead.
It's easy to grin when your ship comes in.
By the way, there are people who literally never leave there.
Don't you have homes?
The Mike O'Mara Bonus Show is like a private, members-only country club for your funny
You
bone.
scare up another round for our table over here and tell the cook this is low-grade dog food, all
The
right?
TMOS Bonus Show is an extra hour of uncensored, exclusive content every week. Click the banner at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
About my asthma. I'll give you asthma. I'll guarantee you'll never be a member here.
The Mike O'Mara Bonus Show. Membership has its privileges.
It's in the hole! I should have yelled too!
Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show, everybody. This portion of our program is brought to you by Indochino.
Oh, Indochino.
Indochino. Anyway, whether you're going to be the groom in a wedding party or a lucky guest, everyone wants to look their best for a wedding. And with a custom-fitted suit from Indochino, you will look great, you will feel confident, and you'll enjoy the big day without fussing over your clothes. Choose every detail on a suit, shirt, dinner jacket, and more at affordable prices that may surprise you. Indochino offers it all, and every piece is made to your exact measurements, and you can customize every detail. Plus, they're always adding new pieces, so you can stay on trend and in style. Explore their relaxed yet refined approach to spring suits with their new spring pastels, and Indochino suits start from just $429, and shirts begin at $79 with all customizations included. Oscar has used Indochino for years. I love my Indochino suit. It's easy online shopping and a perfect fit, and you're going to love yours. If you've got a big day coming up, getting the perfect look is no big deal with Indochino. Get $50 off any purchase of $399 or more by using promo code TMOS at Indochino.com. That's $50 off a purchase of $399 or more at INDOCHINO.com. Promo code TMOS. That's Indochino, everybody, and we appreciate their business.
From the four corners of the World Wide Web and into your digital device, it's what you need to know. This is the homepage.
This is the homepage, and we start you this morning, or this afternoon, I should say, with Time Magazine's Time 100. These are the most influential people in the world, all categorized differently, and
is
it's
this
fascinating.
sort of a new thing? Because they always did the Man of the Year, but I don't know that I remember this.
Let me see. It says here the 100 most influential people in the world. As usual, it says they've done it before. They used several categories. Here are some of the names you're going to recognize. They have an artist category, innovator, titan, leaders, icons, and pioneers.
Okay,
so
that makes sense.
As far as artists are concerned, Simu Liu, Andrew Garfield, Zoe Kravitz, Sarah Jessica Parker, Pete Davidson, Mila Kunis, Channing Tatum, and Ariana DeBose from West Side Story. For the innovators, Zendaya. Man, do I love that show on HBO. Love her.
That show is a riot. Have you seen it, Oscar? Euphoria? It's so funny.
It's not a riot.
This year they're bringing it back with a laugh track.
It's
you could do that with that, too.
Euphoria is like a cultural phenomenon.
It is. It is.
It really is. Taika Waititi? I don't know, Taika. And Miranda Lambert. Here are the Titans: Oprah, Michael Yeoh, Kris Jenner, and women's soccer stars Megan Rapinoe, Alex Morgan, and Becky Sauerbrunn.
Is it
leaders,
Rapinoe? I think Rapinoe.
Rapinoe.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, when you're 62 also, and you're starting to fade, and like what's important to people is not important to you anymore.
Have Megan Rapinoe bring me some of that cherry crumble.
Is it Rapinoe?
It's Rapinoe.
Rapinoe.
Rapinoe?
Yeah, that's what he says.
Sure.
It's
What?
not Elmira. It's Omera.
Rapinoe.
Thank you.
Ukrainian president.
Good, Grandpa.
Grandpa's going to read some more names now, okay?
I'm not calling you Grandpa.
Grandpa's now going to read some more fucking names, okay? Here we go. Voldemort. President Zelensky. Supreme Court Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson. Joe Rogan.
Ah. Steam escaping.
President Biden, Vladimir Putin, and Florida Governor Ron DeSantis.
Hey, that's your buddy.
Icons, Mary J. Blige, Issa Rae. Did I get that one right, Oscar? Issa Rae. Do you know? Do you even know?
I'm not 100%.
Oh, you're not 100%. Keanu Reeves. I know that one.
Yes.
Adele.
Mike, that's Adele.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Adele.
Oh, Saturday.
Adele.
Adele.
Tennis star Rafael Nadal.
Adele.
Diesel Menzel. And Grammy winner John Batiste.
Oh, he's great.
Batiste. Here's the Pioneers. Here are the Pioneers. Here is the Pioneers.
Here are a pioneer.
WNBA star. I'm really glad I put this in my lead. WNBA star Candace Parkey. Facebook whistleblower Frances Haugenson. And Amir Questlove Thompson.
Questlove.
Adele.
Amazing. Academy
What's
Award
that?
winner.
Adele.
Academy Award winner Questlove.
Yes.
Anyway, moving right along.
It sucks being. He's young. He knows all
He's
these
young and he
people.
knows everything.
He does.
I don't.
And we know nothing. There we are. I know Questlove, for Christ's sake.
I believe
I
it's
love-
pronounced Kuestulove.
Moving right along. Not all the insanity in the Johnny Depp Amber Heard defamation trial is coming from the witness stand or the attorneys. Not surprisingly, there are a lot of psychos who are unnaturally obsessed with this nonsense. Oscar has been following it closely and sending me an occasional text with goings on. This is interesting stuff.
Great one over the weekend, Oscar.
They have
Some of the
llamas there.
weirdos, some of the wingnuts, some of the shell no pest strip people are able to make their way into the courtroom. Yesterday, after the judge called for a morning break, a woman in the gallery yelled, quote, "Johnny, I love you. Our souls are connected." Johnny waved to the woman kindly, but then she held up her baby and said, quote, "This baby is yours."
Oh, no.
She was escorted.
Like the Lion King?
Yeah.
She was she was escorted from the court.
Yeah.
And it continues, right?
My
The
favorite
trial
thing on the
continues.
morning news these past couple weeks is they've got this poor guy from Channel 5 that really should have a condo out there because he's just covering people in line. And today he says, "How many times have you been in line?" "Yeah, this is our third time in line, yeah." And it's a lady, of course. And she says, "I wasn't sure at the beginning of the testimony, but now I'm pretty sure Johnny's innocent. Yeah, justice for Johnny."
It's really going his way. From everything I read and hear, it's going his way.
Yeah.
Because she's done a lot of bad stuff, too. That's the main reason that, the poop. Everybody, what does anybody talk about in that trial? The poop in the bed.
Yeah.
Poop in the bed.
Poop in the bed.
That's the way that goes all the time. The soundtrack, Rob, you're going to like this, for the upcoming Elvis biopic won't just include Elvis. It won't include just Elvis songs. The artist lineup is pretty out there, blending old music with new artists. Oscar will probably be able to help me with the names on this. It'll include both original songs and Elvis covers. Casey Musgraves. Casey Musgraves did a cover
Musgraves.
of... thank you.
Yeah, and it's cakey.
Can't Help Falling in Love. And there's the previously announced original from Doha Cat.
God. Doja Cat.
Yeah.
Called Vegas.
Yes.
That samples Big Mama Thornton's Hound Dog.
Elvis
Additional
covered it,
artists on the soundtrack include Jack White.
Jack who?
Jack White.
Here's Jack White to sing for you.
This is Jack White.
Yeah, the restaurant that burnt down.
No, that's not even related.
Oh.
Tame Impala. Is it Tommy? Tammy?
Oscar just hung his
T-A-M-E.
head.
Do you know what it is, Rob?
I don't.
Tammy.
See, you're laughing at me, but you don't. Quiet laughing.
No, I'm laughing because Oscar just hung his head ruefully.
Pony, is it Tame Impala? Tammy Impala?
The hell if I know.
Yeah, Pony does
Tame
Asking the
Impala.
wrong guy.
Tammy.
Tammy.
Tammy. Tammy is spelled Tammy.
Or T-A-M-M-I.
Or TMI.
That's right. Or that is TMI.
Stevie Nicks. There you go. George Carlin was just Stevie Nicks. There's an easy word.
Yeah, was that your Carlin
name.
impression or your Stevie Nicks impression?
Eminem with CeeLo Green will also be on the album. Chris Isaac and Sway Lee. Or Sway Lee.
Sway Lee, I think. I think I've actually heard of Sway Lee, yeah.
With Diplo.
Thank you.
Yes.
Diplo. Thank you very much. Are you having trouble with today's show? I'm sorry. I'm just trying to do my very best.
I think the ice cream. The ice cream. Yeah.
I'm nervous about this Elvis movie.
I'm nervous about your insulin level.
No, I was very, very. You'll see. There's very much ice cream left. Very much ice cream left.
The last payphone in New York City was removed yesterday. It was near the corner of 7th Avenue and 50th Street in Midtown. I bet that had a few pukey germs in it.
What do you want to bet when they unbolted it, it still stayed where it was because of sticky?
It's so gross. There's footage of a crane loading it onto a flatbed truck. A small ceremony was held down the street near Times Square. People are calling it the end of an era.
Who cares?
20 years ago, right? The latest stats we've seen say that as of 2018, there were still around 100,000 payphones in the U.S., down from 2 million in 1999, and around 20% of them were in New York. New York started removing them in 2015 because cell phones have made them obsolete. That's obvious. They've replaced some of them with free Wi-Fi kiosks where you can charge your devices and make free phone calls to anywhere in the United States. The kiosks also have a dedicated button that you can push to flush.
What?
To call 911 to flush your excrement when you poo in there.
When I was a boy and we worked at the Christmas tree stand, it was, just on the corner near a shopping center. There was no phone, but there was a payphone, and we had a system worked out. If we needed to call the house, we'd call the house, let it ring once, hang up, get our quarter back, and then the house would call the payphone.
That's so wild.
Yeah, we got to be like a system.
Yeah, the trees were a bargain, too.
Oh, Mike, never cheaper.
Yes. So other than nostalgia, there just wasn't a reason to keep the old payphones around, so they're gone, and no more in New York City.
Do you feel
Can't get 'em.
Do you feel saddened
Oh, yeah, I'm crying. Cry me a river.
End of an era.
Moving right along, DoorDash just released a report on restaurant ordering trends so far this year. The number one menu item people are having delivered. Any guesses?
Ooh.
Probably foie gras.
No.
No.
Pizza.
Bananas Foster.
No.
Bananas Foster.
I'll give you one hint.
Okay.
Absolute staple of any fast food restaurant.
French fries.
French fries is correct.
Yeah, I've had French fries delivered.
That's a horrible thing to have delivered.
Why?
Because they lose their...
Depends on the fry.
They get so bad after even just like a minute.
Whoa.
They decay,
Rob's
man.
right, and it's in the news story that fries seem like a food that doesn't travel well. They get soggy. The second most popular delivery item, burritos or burrito bowls, followed by chicken nuggets and chicken sandwiches, hash browns, and cheeseburgers. Hash browns before cheeseburgers.
Mike, you remember prior to the pandemic, I was having food delivered through these services.
Yes, I remember.
And prior to them sealing the bags with these stickers that say, tamper-proof, essentially.
Right.
I would allege that the drivers were eating my fries as they were delivering them, because every time they get to my house, there'd be less fries than I would originally think.
And they should be overflowing.
Available.
They should be overflowing.
So you noticed a noticeable decline in the amount. Like you would order a large fry, and it would just be obvious that it wasn't a large fry.
It was a large fry container, but not enough large fries in there.
That's funny.
And then I had this like existential fight with myself where I said, well, am I to blame a man or a woman driving with a satchel of fries to the right of them by not reaching in and just having a few?
What if you got to the bottom of your fries and they had crumpled up a napkin in the bottom of it to make it look full?
Oh, gross.
That's it. But I mean, if you're working for DoorDash, you kind of take care of that that you have for food.
Nosh?
You
nosh.
You nosh, you're going to go crazy.
Yeah,
Smell of French fries, for God's sake. Popular cuisine on DoorDash, number one, American, followed by Mexican, Japanese, Italian, and Chinese. Also, the pandemic is something we're just living with right now, but DoorDash says people are still cooking more, even more than they were last year. So people are cooking more at home, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm still thinking of the payphone with a flush button.
Yes. Well, I think New York, vagrants.
Yes, of course.
Excrement. That's the way I look at it. And now we've got something for Rob Spiewak, a little something.
Thank you, Mike.
Bear with me. This is a long one, gentlemen.
All right.
This is from Leesburg, Virginia.
Yes!
Woo!
There was a naked man spotted lurking in the parking lot of a McDonald's restaurant in Leesburg. You probably frequented
I
it,
know
Rob.
the one, yes.
He was arrested after taking a bite out of police officers who tried to remove him from the premises. The restaurant's manager called the Leesburg Police Department after spotting the man in the wee hours. The nude man, later identified as 33-year-old Jason Nathaniel Perez of Melbourne.
My people.
Melbourne, Australia?
Yeah, it's a long drive, but Leesburg is nice.
We're everywhere.
Yes.
He appeared to be on narcotics and was speaking incoherently. He kept telling the officers that his clothes were somewhere else and he just needed to retrace his steps to find them. He told the officers that he would not leave the property and needed to be arrested. It continues. When Mr. Perez was handed a trespass notice, he immediately laid down and refused to leave the parking lot, at which time he was placed under arrest. He refused to get in the patrol car and tensed up his body, kicking and biting the officers as they attempted to put him into the police car. Once in the car, Perez began kicking the passenger door rear window, and when the officer opened the door, Perez lunged at him. At that point, the police were able to get him on the ground and put him in a hobble restraint device.
Ooh.
I don't even know what that is, but it sounds unpleasant.
It's like a slinky made out of cotton.
He was
the grease man invented it.
Hey, it's a rip hobble. Yes, sir. You're going in the back of the cruiser. While at the hospital, it continues.
Oh, no.
He was handcuffed to a bed and defecated on himself.
Oh, no.
Several officers and the nurse had excrement on them after the struggle with Perez. He was charged with trespass, resisting arrest, burglary, theft of a fire extinguisher, criminal mischief, and battery. He was booked at the jail on $23,000 bond.
Oof.
When asked for comment on his arrest, Perez said, "Hey, at least my liver's healthy." There you go.
Well, you know what they say, Mike, about Leesburg. Come for the people, stay for the scat.
There you go. Covered with extra. How was your day at work, honey? We got to take a break. We'll come back with more fun and more thrills right here on the Mike O'Mara Show. Whoa, whoa.
Hey, brah, it's me, California Twin.
What are you doing here?
When I'm not paying $47 for a gallon of gas, I get all of my Twitch needs from the Mike O'Mara Shopping Center. Click the banner at MikeO'MaraShow.com and have your essentials delivered to the East Coast or the Best Coast or anywhere in between.
Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show, brought to you by Sunday. Does your lawn have weeds, bare patches, or pet spots?
Pet spots for days.
Sunday can help you solve all these problems and more the easy way. They've got everything you need from fertilizer to seeds to weed control, and it's all delivered right to your door. I used to dread taking the time and effort to fertilize my lawn, but now I look forward to it. Sunday's lawn care products are quick and easy, and I don't even have to go to the store. Sunday's custom lawn care is the best. All you do is go to getsunday.com, you put in your address, and their lawn analysis tool does the rest. They use soil and climate data to create a personal nutrient plan delivered to your door right when you need it. Sunday's lawn care products are made with your family in mind. That's why they use ingredients that you can feel good about. Seaweed, iron, molasses. Best of all, it really works. I've used it. I know it's easy. Sunday. They are offering our listeners 20% off. Full season plans start at just $129, and you can get 20% off at checkout when you visit getsunday.com/TMOS. That's $20 off your custom plan at getsunday.com/TMOS. All right, we had a theft update scheduled for today's show.
Yes.
Where the last we checked, Oscar was like suffering from COVID and had an electric bike stolen.
No.
Like that.
No, give us a thumbnail of the backstory.
I am a giver, and our wonderful parking lot attendant saw me scoot into work multiple times and was admiring my electric bike. The link is on MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Yes,
Can't
electric
go wrong.
e-bike.
Electric e-bike. And I said, hey, today's the day. You go ahead and take it for a few hours. Let me know what you think. Give him a quick tutorial.
Oh, so this is actually more detail than we had in the past. Had he been admiring it for a few days leading up to the day?
Yeah, a couple weeks, because I was.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I was
Okay.
e-biking into school,
Right.
into work, school, on a regular basis.
School.
And then,
It's a test today.
and then he, so I was like, he goes, really? I said, yeah, sure. I was like, I'll come back and get it. Like, this is where the key is. It folds in half. He gave me the download that he was riding his regular mountain bike 8 miles to work and home. I said, well, take it for a spin. No big deal. That day passes and goes. I go down.
Didn't you look out the window at some point and see the guys testing it out or something like that?
like if you were a kid and you had a BMX bike and you had your brother or your friend riding on pegs, holding onto their shoulders, is what I saw outside with the 2 parking lot attendants going up and down M Street.
I could really take it off some sweet jumps.
Which was fun because it looked like they were having fun, right? Who doesn't like to have fun?
Fun's the best
Cameron,
thing to
look
have.
at the odometer.
The day went by. The morning guy leaves around 3 o'clock. I missed that window. I go down to the other guy. I'm like, hey, I saw you guys riding the bike. Can I get that bike back? He's like, I don't know where the bike is. And I'm like, okay, we'll deal with it the next day. Next day comes, it's raining. I forget about it. I pop positive for COVID, and it's curtains, right? I'm gone for, roughly 10 days now. I'm back.
You got bigger fish to fry than an electric bike at this point.
I do call, in fairness to me, I care about my belongings.
Sure.
I do call a handful of times and leave messages to the broader, is it PMI parking, whatever parking behemoth this has, and says.
So you let them know you have a piece of property that you loaned one of their employees.
No. I'm trying to get to the little phone booth in our building.
Okay,
to get
you're
in touch
trying to
with
get
our
to
guy.
the guy and say, hey,
I'm
dude.
I'm
how's
like,
it
hey,
going?
I got COVID. Heads up. Do you mind storing my bike? I will be back for this, right?
And he'll say, Oscar who?
Yeah.
I don't know anything about a bike, sir.
Yeah. So
Goodbye.
yesterday, Monday, first day back at work.
Yeah.
I roll on in. I don't see my guy. I'm like, okay, well, maybe he had a day off. I roll on in today. Don't see my guy, so I talked to the afternoon, evening guy.
Yeah, he was not here this morning.
And he says, any spot, you know, he's telling us what spot to park in. I said, no. I stopped to ask about my e-bike. He goes, oh, your e-bike. He knew what I was talking about.
Sure.
Yeah.
He said, we ordered a second charger for it because Nowit is, I'm not sure.
Nowit.
Yes. It worked great because he was going back and forth from home and back. Like he doesn't have to pedal anymore. Like, so he's going. So I said, where is Mr. Nowit now? And there's like,
Dawit.
he's got. I'm sorry, Nowit. He goes, he's got the week off. I said, where's my bike? He goes, oh, he's got the bike too.
The bike also has the week off.
He kept the bike for the week. He loves the bike.
Yeah.
Well, he
It's good. I
probably
hope they're going to have another advertising run because it shows how popular the bike is.
I'm happy, but I said, will you, I was like, do you mind relaying a message to our wonderful friend that I would like that bike back? It was more just like a test drive.
Right.
Do you think there's any chance at all, language barrier or otherwise, that he may have misconstrued your letting him take it for a spin as a gift?
In the Bolivian culture, there are certain nuances of like, oh, you're going to let me borrow this, but let me borrow means it's a gift.
Well, yeah, but he's not Bolivian.
No. I think he may be Ethiopian, and I have friends that are Ethiopian, and this does not work in that culture. I believe that he thought I was some like big hotshot, executive which I'm not, that was like, oh, you need a bike? Teach a man to fish, he'll fish forever. I don't know what that saying is.
Look what I brought home from work today.
No.
I'm sorry.
I think it's more like because I was explaining him that I received this as a promotion, but I'm in love with it. So I don't know if he thought I was passing along that promotion to him.
Okay.
So like giving it forward.
And you still don't have clarity on it yet?
I still don't have the bike or a goddamn phone number to call the man.
These are all,
no worries, Ben.
These are all great suppositions. However, there's one thing that you glossed that we really need to address. He bought a charger for it?
He ordered another charger.
He thinks he owns it. He absolutely thinks he owns it. It's so true. Yeah.
Gotta get it back.
To keep it. Oh my
But let him keep the charger.
Hey, we got to take a break. When we come back, football fans, fans, big news, big news. Yes, sirree. The team of missteps continues. We'll be right back with the Mike O'Mara Show.
Are you a 40-something-year-old chick going through a midlife crisis?
This guy.
Looking to get some validation for keeping it tight all these years? Would you like to be TikTok famous? Let's get you a starter pack. You know the drill. MikeO'MaraShow.com. Shopping. Walmart. Let's get started with some ripped denim shorts and a new bikini top. Self-tanner, volumizing conditioner, fake tattoos, and most importantly, a selfie light ring. Throw in a tube of Ben Gay for after you shake your ass on camera. You're not in your 20s anymore, sweetheart. Pretty soon, you're going to have thousands of creeps just like Oscar Santana following you. And you did it all thanks to the Walmart tab on the TMY Shopping Center. And now, back to the guy who's never been on TikTok, Mike O'Mara.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Let's face it, investing in the stock market, people, seems exciting, but it's scary for a new investor. That's why you've got to check out Titan.
Excuse me?
I'm not going to do this anymore.
It was a good
Just
try.
didn't work. It didn't work.
Maybe you need to order another charger.
Yes.
Didn't work.
Or another
Maybe
pint.
you knew batteries. I have to rewind it now.
Batteries.
God, what's wrong with me?
Is the voice thing a battery thing?
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't have the charger.
You lost it.
No, I know.
Yep.
I know where to order one.
Let's face it, investing in the stock market seems exciting, but it's scary for a new investor. That's why you've got to check out Titan. As everyday investors, we get access to a marketplace of stocks, but we're competing against institutional investors. We don't have access to experts, multiple portfolios, or investment vehicles. With Titan, you have a personal investment team to research and invest for you so that you can aim to outperform the market. With Titan, all it takes is $100 to start. Deposit your money, select one of their portfolios, and that's it. Titan aims to grow your investments at least 15% annually, net of fees, which could mean doubling your wealth every 5 years. I haven't had a chance to try Titan yet, but sounds pretty awesome to me. Check out Titan if you want to aim to be the smartest, wealthiest investor you've ever been. Hit up titan.com/TMOS to get $50 when you invest with Titan. You must go to this URL or you will not get the $50, and they won't know that we sent you. That's $50 when you go to titan.com/TMOS and you invest with Titan. This is a paid partnership with Titan, and at the time of publication, I am not yet invested in Titan's strategies. So check out Titan. We'd appreciate it if you did. Rob Spiewak is really my Washington Commandos now. Or is it Commanders?
Commanders.
Right, ERS, not OS, right?
Right. And it's Commander Nay Redskins, but now the Commanders. And Nay, also before that, Washington football team.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, okay. Yeah. So the Commanders?
Yeah, well, they're calling themselves, they're going to be the first team that goes without underwear.
Well, sometimes you can't wear a cup. It restricts you from running.
Exactly.
Why? I just feel like Max von Sydow, I'm just going, why? Why did they? What a stupid name. It doesn't roll off the tongue.
The name's done. What do
I know the name's done.
Do you know what he's going to tell you? Do you know the news?
He gave me a little hint, and this is just another. Well, go ahead, get to your Washington Commanders football team. If they have any fans left, they're building a new stadium, right?
Yes, and it's good. I think they have a contract through 06.
100 acres they purchased.
Yeah, through 26 at the current stadium, but they bought 100 acres in a location that is already so gridlocked and underserved by the infrastructure that you can't even drive through it at 3:00 on a weekday. Woodbridge, Virginia. And they're not just going to build a stadium, Mike. They're going to build, as it was described, a mini city/community. So it won't just cause traffic on Sundays. It'll cause traffic all the time. And there will be a casino.
What? I'm my jaw is on the floor. This area, for those of you around the country, listen to me. We have lived with this idiot of an owner.
Yes.
This absolutely immoral idiot of an owner for so long. He has made not only the fact that he's driven the quality of the football team into the abyss where they have no apparent sign of ever getting out.
Right.
He has made terrible judgments. He has been
he's also
Mike, run the team like his personal video game.
You've got to say this. Not only has he ruined the team, he's ruined the game day experience. If you've ever been to a Redskins game in the past,
absolutely.
I'm sorry,
yeah.
Washington football team in the last 10 years, it's an unpleasant experience. It should be fantastic.
And the name was meh.
Yeah.
Of course it was, because they took 2 years to do it, practically, after just kicking and screaming with the most racist Native American name in all of sport.
Yep.
We were the top of the mountain.
Yep.
They were protesting the Washington Redskins forever. Back in the 70s, they were protesting this team. But that little dink, and then he takes an area of my former county, Prince William County, Virginia, the wannabe county. Let's make no mistake about it. There's nothing but wannabe in Prince William County, all right? Because you know what? The people in Ritchieville, they ain't having any of it.
Oh, no.
So I'm sure I know what this is about. This is about being able to acquire the land at a fraction of the price of anywhere else in the area, and he's going to jam another stadium in a traffic gridlock pattern where it's going to take you nuts. God forbid. You know what it's going to be good for? If you live in Woodbridge and you happen to be a football fan.
Well, Mike, nothing is good if you live in Woodbridge.
Oh, my God.
It's going to have a translucent roof. It's going to be a domed stadium.
Is it a done deal?
Well, look.
It's like all things. It's trickling out.
This reminds me of when Jerry Jones called his shot and they were going to build AT&T Stadium. The schematics, the renderings, they all look like this is going to be a city within a city like they have in Dallas.
Right.
Right, because everybody's trying to outdo each other. I believe this is the last gasp for Daniel Snyder and the Snyder family to, if you can't put a winning product on the field, if you can't, get your fan base up and running, you buy them a brand new shiny toy or give them a promise of a brand new shiny toy, and this is the shiniest of toys.
Yeah, it's going to have a fountain and a Chipotle. It's going to be great.
There are so many counties around the D.C. area, in Maryland and Virginia.
They should have put it in D.C., personally.
And they should have put it in D.C., back in downtown D.C. But with that said, you are now, you can't build any more highway because it's next to the river.
Exactly.
That's the problem. You have Route 1. And you have I-95.
It'll go right between them, I'm sure. It'll be, and they'll say
it's
two
nuts.
major thoroughfares to access it. And
this
it's not
by
like
the
where
way,
it is now. It's easy to get at anyway.
I can't believe they're doing. I mean, I don't even live there anymore. I don't have a dog in this fight, but I just can imagine how stupid it is.
Well, a great example.
Hold on, Rob.
Okay.
Let me finish my point here. You have an area. I'll give you a great example where the hockey team plays. A place called Sunrise.
Yeah.
Sunrise is out in the middle of nowhere with multi-highway access.
Yep.
Yeah.
Everybody can get to Sunrise from all over the southern part of the state.
If they make it to Sunrise.
If they make it to Sunrise.
In Florida, they really should call it Sunset.
That was a little, that what?
In Florida, they should call it Sunset.
Sunset. That is just, to me, that's the way you build a stadium. I don't know anything about Jerry Jones' megalopolis that he had that looks so beautiful.
It's beautiful.
But isn't that out in the middle of nowhere?
Yes, they took a land that wasn't developed and developed in something else. In Phoenix, they had the same play where they took a town like Glendale and they put the big new stadium. They put the hockey stadium next to it. Look, of all the cities I know that that we've been able to experience and I've worked in, Baltimore, they thread the needle by putting Raven Stadium and Camden Yards right next to each other, next to the highway. Works beautifully.
Yep.
It works great. You're on top of the highway.
I don't know if Virginia and their infrastructure can do that.
No, it'll crumble.
No, not a chance.
It'll absolutely crumble. And keep in mind that it is, as Mike said, it can't expand. The roads can't expand to fit. Even when RFK, the old stadium that was in D.C.
I'm bringing up a map of Dumfries.
Yeah,
please.
That was actually wisely chosen because, and I don't know if you were even in the town yet.
No, I wasn't. I was a resident alien then.
It was 55,000 seats, which was not a crumblingly big stadium. And people would say, everyone's got a way to get there. There was a million ways in and a million ways out.
Yeah, I'd go to HF festivals there.
Yeah. And so it's accessible, and that's the thing.
DC United games.
Yeah, and the current field.
A lot of Latinos today.
The current field where the Washington football team plays, FedEx Field, it is really serviced by two roads. And you can't get in and you can't get out.
Yeah, but let's.
Well, if you had now, when you talk about next to the highway, it is next to the highway. It is next to I-95.
Right.
But it is the worst traffic in all of D.C., which is known to have
in the country,
the longest commute times in the United States.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm not sure. When there's a Monday night football game,
it's going
what's going to happen?
It's going to shut the entire Tri-City area down.
Right.
For those of you around the country, because we do have a national audience.
Yeah, international.
Thank you, international. This from DC proper. You're talking about, with traffic an hour drive, without traffic roughly 35 minutes if you're lucky to Woodbridge. And I'm all about taking maybe land that has not thrived for one reason or another,
right? And
then reclaiming and rebuilding and rejuvenating that land.
Sure.
It just feels to me, because it's the owner and the team, that they're somehow going to mess this up.
Well, keep in mind when they were trying
their selection of a location, they are plopping it down next to an area of the super slab known as I-95. Yeah. There is no other highway.
No, put it in Ashburn. Just put it in Ashburn.
No, Loudoun County doesn't want it. We don't want it.
What's that?
That's crowded. We don't need
so
the extra.
Your beautiful, pristine, little overcrowded county doesn't get. That would be perfect in Loudoun County.
Yeah, I'll put it next to my house.
Well,
then.
they have Commander's Park there, so it makes sense.
Yeah, I guess, but then that doesn't have to seat 100,000 people.
You know what? You know what it is. I'm looking at the gridlock that it's going to be. You've got an area there where you just don't have a lot of infrastructure. Mike, it's pretty messed up.
This slab of highway.
Right.
Made national news over this past winter because it shut down.
Because it shut down completely. And
4 inches of snow.
Yeah. Yeah. And people couldn't 17, 18 hours.
People almost died.
Couldn't move.
Yeah.
Well, but at least the football season's not in the middle of the winter.
Well, I mean, if you really want a great page from the Washington football team playbook, they were going to make a big deal out of the team's name announcement, but they had already painted the logo in the stadium, as you remember, and one of the traffic copters went and got a beautiful high-def image of the new team name before they announced it. If they can't even do that, they're not going to be able to do that.
I'm seriously looking at a map of the metro, and where I lived for many, many, many years, and I'm saying there is no great area for the stadium. It's the way the highways are constructed. There are lots of little
next to the baseball stadium.
You need to put I think stadiums in downtown. That's where you should put them.
I think you know what? A lot of people will hate this idea, but replace RFK. Take it down and put it there. You've got the land there.
That's Robert F. Kennedy Stadium.
Of course, they're going to have to find a new place to store the salt for the roads in the winter. Because that's where they keep it now.
I say build it in Loudon County next to Rob's house.
Okay, that'd be great. I'll buy season tickets if they do.
Get right to it, and you
I'll
can
sell
be
programs.
Yes. What's up, guys? Tribute to him too. Was watching a little news piece about Tom Gavin, our beloved Tom Gavin, who's looking down from heaven right now. We'll take a break. When we come back, we've got a little Santan for you right here on the Mike O'Mara Show.
The latest bonus show is chock full of hilarity that you'll need to turn the speakers up for. If you haven't heard it yet, here's what you missed.
Turn his mid-range up.
Can we give him more bass?
I'm going to kill you.
What was it like working on the Golden Girls, Miss Arthur?
Oh, man, they were boxed.
Now turn his treble up a little bit.
I just want a hula hoop.
Springfield, Massachusetts is known for bringing in the talent.
I got two idiots talking to me. There were a lot of words in different places.
I feel so smart.
The TMOS bonus show is that extra fifth hour of funny trusted by Mr. Goodrich and his fellow mechanics nationwide. Get a subscription and have some laughs today at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Please be careful. Don't get monkeypox.
Thank you, Jim Amato. Attention gamers, it's time to level up your gameplay with Backbone, the new gaming essential that lets you play hundreds of console games right on your iPhone. My son is out of his mind over this. No console required. Backbone transforms your iPhone into a handheld console so you can play anytime, anywhere. Simply plug in your iPhone to the Backbone and enjoy console-quality controls as you play Xbox, PlayStation, PC, and App Store games. No console, no problem. Stream hundreds of games like FIFA, Halo, or Minecraft through cloud gaming services. And if you have a PlayStation, Xbox, or PC, play games you own with Remote Play. Or the Steam Link app, experience for yourself what TechCrunch calls the closest we've ever seen to a portable Xbox. And they're absolutely right. The simplicity of this, it's like a great meal.
Yes.
You see the way it works. It works so simply. It's so brilliant. That's what makes it so effective. Backbone lets you explore thousands of worlds from Spider-Man to Madden to Grand Theft Auto. Go to playbackbone.com/TMOS now. Order your Backbone by June 30th and get free access to over 350 console games and perks, including 1 month free of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, 1 month free of Apple Arcade, 2 months free of Google Stadia Pro. Playbackbone.com/TMOS.
Let's have a console. Good to go.
We call this stereophonic sound.
Soundtown.
There have been several sort of trends that have happened in my lifetime and ones that I don't like at all. I don't like a gender reveal event or party. Have you ever been to one where they
No.
cut into a cake and it's either pink or blue.
Seen them online.
If they do something. This is, I don't even know how this worked. It was a gender reveal where a balloon popped and pink ribbons came out, and that was sort of nice. But then a kid maybe 4 or 5, kicked a soccer ball that appeared to explode with pink powder, which is not as good because it all flew into Granny's face.
Oh, no.
And so what you can hear here is Granny trying to spit the powder out. So you just have to imagine almost like a glitter bomb, but you're killing grandmother with it.
Oh!
Here she comes.
Get her some water.
Get some water.
Yes.
Get her some water. When was the part where Granny got all?
But she's just littered with pink, and so I feel we should
nothing
end.
ever goes well when they do pyrotechnics at these reveal parties.
I thought we should have all learned, right?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
Just tell everybody with an X-ray.
People
Whatever they give
badly,
you.
badly hurt.
Not
during
badly,
these things.
hopefully.
Not badly. Dumfries, Woodbridge.
Flush. Mike,
Yes.
the new stadium will have a flush button.
Yes, a flush button for the excrement.
Do you love when an important, I guess, person in the social consciousness takes responsibility for being politically active?
What?
When someone
Say that again.
When someone that is like in the spotlight, a socially important person.
What, you mean like a celebrity?
Yeah.
Okay, then say that.
Okay, a celebrity. Cardi B realizes she has a platform, and she uses it for good.
Right.
I don't really put a lot of political things in my music, but I use my platform. And I have used my platform even when I was a dancer. Because you might think that people are not looking, but they are. I mean, I'm a hood chick, and I'm from the Bronx. And a lot of people relate to me and follow me because they want to see how I'm dressed. They want to see my lifestyle. So I feel like I have a responsibility to also share to them, like, hey, while you're here and you're checking my outfit and you're checking my music, check out what's going on over here in this part of the world.
Yeah. She voted for the stadium.
I'm all for
let me
it.
tell you,
I'm all for it.
That, you think, like, I know there's the 10 ways we could analyze this.
Sure, please.
But I mean, I'm as guilty of that as much as anyone else, because for forever, Mike, you know that before the pandemic, I used to not even want to discuss politics, and I didn't want to even because I was like, it's too divisive. It's not my thing. It's never going to affect us.
Yeah, you're more active today than you've ever been.
I ever was in my life, and understanding the power of that takes time.
See, I hate that because I used to just watch Oscar for his dancing. And now I get the politics.
And his clothes.
And his clothes.
No, but for Cardi B from the streets of the Bronx and coming up from the background she had, don't let the way she expresses herself fool you. You're dealing with a savvy individual who is so sharp, and and the fact that she articulates that so clearly, what she's doing for good, where she's saying, hey, if you like this part of me and all the glitz and all that crap, check this out, and maybe you can do some good at the same time. I say amen.
Solid.
It's like 60 Minutes with that guy, Oscar, the other night that, gave scholarships to those kids in inner city Chicago and the parents. I mean, that's
My
what it's
mom
all
and I
about.
were weeping openly.
Absolutely. It is your responsibility when you attain that level of success to do good. Our listeners built a schoolhouse, a dorm room for an orphanage in Haiti. We did it ourselves. The name of the show is on it now. It's fantastic.
They built an ark out of insulin for Rob.
Exactly. I keep getting syringes in the mail, Mike.
Insulin arc.
I keep getting syringes in the mail. I can't tell if they're new or used, but I'm putting them all into my stomach, and I appreciate
lovely insulin arc.
Yeah. The rich, Mike, the rich love to spend their money, and I'm curious. You are a musician. You're a drummer. Have you ever bought like a famous drum or a drum stick or something that belongs to a celebrity?
I have not purchased them. I have received them. From people. I have a pair of Neil Peart drumsticks.
Oh wow, that's cool.
I have
they're somewhere around
a pair of drumsticks from the late Taylor Hawkins.
Do you really?
Yes, that I received at an HF festival, and I remember the program director giving them to me, and I was like, "For the prize class?" He said, "No, just for you."
Well, that's sweet.
So
sweet,
cool.
Sweet, yeah.
I have a cup.
I have
a paper cup.
Drumsticks are a cool souvenir.
I have
really.
a paper cup that Elvis drank out of. Which is
you do?
Yeah,
I remember.
yeah,
I've seen it.
yeah.
I've seen you. I think you brought it in for show and tell.
I did. But the owner of the Indianapolis Colts, Jim Irsay,
Jimmy Irsay
spent a lot
son
of money.
of Robert Irsay, who stole the Colts in the dead of night. Baltimore fans.
He likes pop culture memorabilia, and he just bought the guitar that Kurt Cobain used on the albums Nevermind and In Utero.
Oh, wow.
And this is an isolated Kurt Cobain guitar. It's pretty great lick. And as I said, the rich like to spend money. He spent $4.5 million on that guitar.
Yeah.
But a portion of it does go to a Kurt Cobain-fronted charity, which is sort of okay, but that's still a lot of money for a guitar, I think.
Yeah, Jimmy Irsay doesn't need that guitar. You get a couple of kids, a bunch of kids from a high school in downtown Indy.
College,
give them a chance to go to college. I'm sorry. Ever since I saw that guy, I think about that with these guys. God, the amount of money. Incredible.
Impressive.
Largest endowment in the history of the United States. Phenomenal guy. I don't know the guy's name. I should have the guy's name. We should be screaming it from the mountaintop.
Good
he should
guy,
be
McGee.
on every. I mean, really, we're going to find out. We'll have it for you tomorrow.
Yes,
I'm going to probably say his name every day for the rest of the year. I swear to God.
But he never bought a guitar.
No.
Never did. Never.
Nope.
Mike, you and I are donut enthusiasts, I would say, and we have donuts that we prefer. My
you
favorite,
like to eat them and make them.
Yes, and share them with friends.
Yes.
Absolutely.
My favorite remains Krispy Kreme, and when there's hot breaking donut news, I always want to share it. Mike, we close with this.
Krispy Kreme will give out free donuts this week to any high school or college senior that visits a store wearing class of 2022 apparel. And Dunkin' said they'd give a free donut to anyone who comes in wearing a shirt.
And that's all I got.
We call this stereophonic sound.
Soundtown.
That's it. We got to get out of here. I want to thank Sean Greenwood from Ben and Jerry's. Check out all the fabulous new flavors in your local grocer's dairy section. Or you can go to benjerry.com. Find out about those people who are also wonderful activists and are doing great things all over the world. We'll be back with another episode tomorrow. For Rob Spiewak and Oscar Santana, Mike O'Mara saying so long, everybody.
Bananas Foster.
Ciao, ciao.
Want more? Make sure you check out the Mike O'Mara Bonus Show. Get it at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.
You know what you are? A hoot. With a capital H, that's what you are.
So what do you want me to do, drop my pants or fire a rocket?
It's all a big nothing. What makes you think you're so special?
I see